Very good morning, students. We are studying lesson 8 of science, that is the skeletal system. In the last class, we have studied different parts of the skeletal system like skull, backbone, rib cage and limbs. We have studied what roles they are played and how they are important in our body. And without a skeleton, what will our body become? So, today we will study about joints. Joints also plays very important role in our skeleton system or in our human body. So we will study about joints, how they are joined, how the two bones join together and different types of joint. Basically there are 4 types of joint found in our body, that is ball and socket joint, pivot joint, gliding joint and hinge joint. So we will study in detail how these different joints plays different types of role in our body. And one more thing, like which joint have the maximum movement, which joint just move only in a backward and forward direction. This also we came to know by studying in this topic. So let's start the topic. So student, we are studying lesson 8 of science, that is the skeletal system. In this chapter, we are on the topic joints. Okay. So today we will study about the joint and various types of joint. Let's start the topic. A joint is a place where two bones meet. Means any place in the body where two bones join together or meets together, that is called joint. At joint, the bones are held together by ligaments. Students, joints are found in our body at many places like in knee, fingers, elbow or shoulder. There are so many joints found in our body. So basically the bones are joined together with the help of ligaments. What is ligament? Ligament work like a glue. Like whenever you are making any craft or anything, you need glue to join two things. In the same way, ligaments are found in our body which helps to join two bones. The thing which helps to join two bones is called ligament. Ligaments are strong, flexible band of tissues. What is ligament? Ligaments are strong, flexible bands of tissue. If it is not strong, how it can be able to join two bones? So ligaments are strong, flexible. Flexible, anything which can be movable. Bands of tissues. All the joints in our body except the joint in the skull are movable. Means we can move all the joints present in our body. We can move the joints of our knee, elbow, shoulder, everywhere, hip. But we cannot move the joints given in the skull, isn't it? Can we move the joints given in the skull? No, we can't move the joints given in the skull. That's why it is called all the joints in our body except the joint in the skull are movable. There are 4 types of movable joints. So student, basically 4 types of joints, or you can say 4 types of movable joints found in our body. Means the joints which we can move are of 4 types. Let's read it, what those 4 types of movable joints. Okay. So here, ball and socket joint, hinge joint, pivot joint and gliding joint. There are 4 types of movable joints. What are movable joints? Joints which can be moved. So those are called movable joint. First type of joint is ball and socket joint. As you can see here in the diagram also. Here it is ball and socket joint. It is written over here hip joint. It means this type of joint is found in the hip. Now hinge joint, written over here elbow joint, means hinge joint is found where? In the elbow region. Pivot joint is found in the neck region, as you can see here in the diagram also, and it is written over here. Then gliding joint in the wrist joint. So we found the gliding joint in the wrist region. Now we will read each and every joint in detail. Let's read it. Ball and socket joint. This type of a joint allows maximum movement. Maximum movement means we can move it clockwise as well as anti-clockwise. This in where or you can say at where these type of joint is found in our body, that portion or that body parts we can move maximally except other body parts. The shoulder joint and hip joints are example of ball and socket joint. Means the joint present in the shoulder region as well as in the hip region. In the shoulder, the arms are attached, and in the hip, there is our waist. So, in both the regions, which kind of joint we find? We found ball and socket joint. In this type of joint, the ball-shaped end of one bone fits into the cup-shaped socket. As you can see over here in the diagram, here is the ball shaped bone and is a cup shaped socket is there. So this ball shaped bone can easily be fit into the cup shaped socket, and because of this shape, this bone can easily be movable, or it can allow it to move maximally. That's why it is called the maximum movement of this joint. So fits into the cup shaped socket of other bone, and that is called ball and socket joint. So where we found these type of joint? We found this type of joint or ball and socket joint in the hip region and in the shoulder region. Two places we found ball and socket joint. Now second type of joint is hinge joint. The type of joint allows movement only in one direction. Means the special thing about this joint is that it allows movement only in one direction. But ball and socket joint allows maximum movement. So it allows movement in one direction only, like backward and forward. It is like the hinges of a door. The elbows, knees, fingers and toes have hinge joints. Now you can see here also. Like here, this is my fingers. Fingers we can move either in forward or in backward, neither apart from this. So that's why it is called, it allows only one direction movement. Means we can move fingers to this and then we can move it to backward. So that's why it is called, it allows movement in one direction, that is backward and forward. It is like the hinges of a door. You have seen at your homes there is a door which is attached on which the stopper is attached in middle of the door, or hinges is attached. Hinges, what hinges do? Hinges allows the door to open in one direction. You can pull and then it back to its position. So that is called hinges, and that's why the name of this joint is hinge joint. Where it is found in our body? It is found in elbows, knees, fingers and toes. You can move your body parts of these places and you can find that it can move only in backward and forward direction. So that's why it is called hinge joint. Now pivot joint. This type of joint is found where the skull meets the top vertebrae of vertebral column. Now you can see over here in the diagram also, vertebral column protects your spinal cord. It is made up of 33 small vertebrae, okay, and vertebral column, the top vertebrae of the vertebral column attached with the skull. So this joint, that is pivot joint, is found over here in the neck joint. Now it allows our head to move up, down and sideways. We can move our head towards down, towards up, side, means both the side, because of the joint present in the neck region, and that joint is called pivot joint. Okay, now the fourth and the last joint. This type of joint is found in the wrist, ankles and between the vertebrae. Means we found the gliding joint in our wrist, in our ankles and between the vertebrae. It allows our back to bend, twist and turn. Like we can rotate our wrist like this. We can rotate our wrist because of the gliding joint. In the same way, we found this in the ankles and vertebrae, because the gliding joint is found in the vertebrae. This is the vertebrae, and we found gliding joint in the vertebrae. That's why we are able to bend or move back. So, student, today we have discussed about the 4 types of joint. I hope the topic is clear to you all. If you have any issues, any problem regarding this topic, if any topic is not clear, you are free to ask me. Thank you, class, and I'll post the homework in the class group. So, thank you.